All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. What a week to have been out of the studio, huh? Some pretty big stories, for me to have like audio issues and ridiculous things like that. But guess what? Bobby Green is going to fight Islam Machachev. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit because I had a very rare occurrence happen. It's very hard to change my mind. Very hard to change my mind. But I have had my mind changed. Now, I might end up being proven correct. It's possible. It's possible that the end result of this is going to be me being proven correct. However, at this moment, I think I may have been wrong initially, but I don't know. Well, you know what? There's actually no way for me to know. There's no way for me to know. I will acknowledge that I am discounting the possibility of a positive outcome for Bobby Green, and I didn't really think through, like, what does it mean really, though, if he did win? Like, every single decision that you make in your life is risk, reward, risk, reward, risk, reward. Okay, so what am I risking? What would the reward be if I end up winning? What's the downside if I lose, right? Or, in anything, not just a fight, just in general. And I listened to Chael talk about this. Now, I've heard Chael say the exact opposite thing than this many times. But in this particular moment, he's talking about he wants guys that are ready. Like you want me to mentor you, you got to be ready all the time. You got to be ready to take a fight immediately. And he lived that. So he's certainly in a position to say that about, any other person. But when it came to Bobby Green, the way I was looking at it, right? Like the way I was looking at it. And let me just say this. Another thing is, like, I just watched Bobby Green's interview and I'm like, it validated what I said initially. He's a star, man. Like he is a star, which feeds into why I had my mind changed. Okay. So here's the deal. So if you're new to my channel and you don't watch all my stuff, what I'm talking about is I did a live stream that was titled, "Don't Do It, Bobby Green." And I was saying, like, don't take this Islam Makhachev fight. That's nuts, man. Don't do it. It's Islam Makhachev. It's Islam Makhachev. Now, who follows Michael Chandler's Instagram? Does Michael Chandler look out of shape to you? Okay, like Michael Chandler's the most in shape dude ever. He's not booked for a fight without any shred of doubt. The UFC called him and he said no. I talked to him on Instagram. As soon as Islam was out, I hit him up on Instagram. I was like, hey, you want to take on Islam in like 10 days notice? I did it. It was a joke because I knew he wouldn't take it. Of course not. Right? And he said, yeah, not on 10 days. And the point I'm making is like, he's looking at it the same way I am, or was initially, where it was like, dude, it's Islam Makhachev, man. You can't take that fight without proper time to prep mentally, etc. And Bobby Green just got fire hot. Like he just got hot, like really hot, right? And it's hard. It's hard to capture that. Like to get what he's got now, that hype, it's hard to get. And so the way I was looking at it, I was like, dude, you just got hot. You're going to give it up, man. Like you're just going to go out there. He's going to take you down. He's going to work you over. He's going to Kimura you, whatever. And then boom, all that heat is gone. But I actually am not even sure I was right about that even. Even if he loses, I might have been wrong now that I'm watching him. But basically what Chael said is just like, you need to be like, he named all these examples of guys whose moment when they blew up was a short-term notice fight. Like a short-term, short notice, boom, you're in, bam, that's their moment. Michael Bisping, Rockhold, 10 days notice, boom, he's the UFC champion, now he's in the Hall of Fame, right? Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor takes on 2 weeks, boom, superstar. And, how do you argue with that? It's true. That is correct. And Bobby Green, if he wins, if he beats Islam Makhachev tomorrow night, if he actually beats him, dude, he will, that will be one of the sharp, like, everybody's like, when they're talking about investing in things, you're looking for hockey stick growth. You want hockey stick growth because that means like, it's like you go like this, right? Which is I don't play fucking hockey, right? This, and then, whoo. I mean, this might be the ultimate hockey stick growth in a guy's value like ever in the history of the UFC. Between where he was at a month before 271 and where he will be if he beats Islam Makhachev on Saturday. I mean, if he does, he should immediately renegotiate his contract. And he would actually be like, I know I talk about renegotiating a lot, But if he beats Islam Machachev, he will actually be such a huge star. He will be in a position to do that. He won't be like Paulo Costa on Twitter, like, I'm not fighting for less than, or for more than whatever. What? I'm not fighting for any less than 350,000. You're like, ooh. You're even throwing numbers out on Twitter, man? Come on, dude. Come on, dude. They're just going to say no. You're locked in, I'm sure. And you just lost. You got your ass kicked by Izzy. But like, you're not in a position to do that. I'm speculating what Bobby probably makes right now. And I mean, it would be sacrilege for him to not renegotiate if he beats Islam Machachev, because he'll be one of the biggest stars in the sport. He really will. He'll be a superstar. And you know, that's another thing. So Khabib made some comments about renegotiating contracts, right? And he was saying that like, you make a deal, you fight for you do that deal. Like, you made the deal with the UFC, you fight out your contract. That's my belief. That's what you do. And when I heard him say it, I was like, I totally agree with that. But not always, right? Like, not always. Not if you're Bobby Green and you took a 10-day notice fight against a fighter that no one picked you to win against. You're throwing all the hype that you have, all the value that you've built, and all this value you just got, you're putting it all on the line. And if you win, fuck that contract, dude. You signed that contract under different terms. You just saved this event, and now you're a huge draw. Fuck that old contract. Because you are way more valuable than that now. And it's not just because you won some fights. You took an enormous risk that helped the organization. If he does that and he becomes a star simultaneously, he should renegotiate his contract. He should get paid a lot, and he will be a star. I mean, just is what it is. Now, another thing I was going to say about Islam Machachev as it relates to this is, so I was watching this thing today about them, and he was doing all these interviews, and like he's not as like naturally charismatic as Khabib, obviously. Like Bobby Green was just saying in his interview, like in his press conference, he was just like, he's boring, man. Is he good? Yeah, he's on a huge win streak, but he's boring. And, is like, I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's just true. Like he's one of those guys that is an exceptional fighter, an absolutely elite fighter. And at the same time, if he wasn't, pseudo related to Khabib, how marketable is he? He's marketable. He is marketable because he's related to Khabib, because Khabib is super marketable. But he was, he's going from interview to interview to interview to interview. And Khabib goes, I'll just tell you like Coach says, if you don't want to do interviews, just lose. Just lose. All you have to do is lose. Then no one will want to listen to you talk. Just go ahead and lose, and then you don't have to do the interviews. And I thought that's hilarious because it's totally true. It's like, if the interviews are annoying, pretty easy solution. Just lose. Then no one cares. It's like, and Bobby Green and his was saying like, they were like, what's it like now? Now you're like, you're getting all this attention. What's it like? And he's like, it's kind of weird, man. Like, I've been doing this for a long time. And now all of a sudden, all these people I always saw are like, hey man, what's up? Can I take a picture with you? And he's like, I don't know. It's a little bit weird. Which is funny for him to say, honestly, because Bobby Green's a really smart guy. He knows exactly what that is, Like, he's pretending like it's like surprise, like he's like surprised. It's like, come on. You're not surprised by that. Like he says he's an entertainer. That means he understands the game he's in. He's not going to be shocked when he gets like, when the UFC, whenever this happens in however many years, they're like, yeah, we've decided to go another direction. Where some guys are like, oh my gosh, like it was just so cold the way they did it. He's not going to be surprised. He's smart with people, which is why him saying that is ridiculous, because he understands exactly what that's about. Because it's about hype. And now he has it. You know what I mean? And now people want to take their picture with you. A lot. Is what it is, man. But yeah, I'm excited for this fight. I find myself, I can't root against Bobby Green. That's for goddamn sure. I can't do it. But like I've said in other videos, I can't root against Islam either, because I know how much it means to Khabib. So I just, as usual, I will just watch and I will enjoy myself. And at 272, I'm going to watch that too. I just watched Masvidal and Colby yelling at each other on the screen. It was crazy. I'm going to do another video about that right now. Anyway, that's what I got. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell.